Welcome to Main Street Sports. It's good to be back, loaded up on Tylenol and ready to go. As always, like, follow, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share us with everyone. Just be annoying about us like we are annoying to you.
Yeah, I feel like
Kale, I got to start this with.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
No, you go for it.
I got to start this. I got to start this show with 2 questions for you. Okay. My first question: who's the only team Oregon lost to last year?
Ohio State.
Who's the only team Oregon lost to 2 years ago?
Washington.
So, if we follow the pattern, is Indiana gonna be in the national title this year?
Yeah, I saw this whole thing about that. Like everybody's comparing this whole like Oregon only gets beat by whoever plays in the national title game. Now, I will say, I'm going to just say it now because people thought I was nuts. But after Indiana beat Illinois, I think maybe I said this on another episode. I made a bet with a guy here in town.
Yeah.
Okay,
no, you said
I was
going to say.
Podcast. Okay, so like I made a bet with a guy in town for $20 or whatever. I was like, Indiana's going to win the national title, and he's like, that's the easiest $20 I'm ever gonna make. And so now it's kind of like, it's not going to be so easy right now, but. I mean, it'd be quite the spectacle to see Indiana win a national title in football.
Yeah. So the reason why I wanted to start with this is because cigarettes are going to be flying in Bloomington.
Yeah, dude, that
Cignetti's contract extension.
Sorry, I got to mess with this freaking thing real quick. I just broke it. Hold on.
Technical difficulties. So I'll lead us up to this real quick. Curt Cignetti got an extension. Well, his contract's extended to 8 years and a bump in pay from $8.5 million a year to $11.7 million a year. So
that
Penn
was
State. You're not getting Cignetti. Neither is anybody else.
Nope. Freaking A, dude. Like, what a nice freaking surprise for Indiana football, like I'm sure that they were probably thought like, just as a like a hopeful thinking, like he's not going to leave and all this stuff, but you don't, as an Indiana fan, you have to be nervous considering what your program has been for the history of existence, and so like, well, man, yeah, of course you don't want to lose a coach that's like brought you guys out of the depths of freaking college football cellar dweller, so it's just kind of interesting because now it doesn't matter who you are as a program. Like, you can lock up your coach if you want to throw the money at him, do it. I mean, so
this is kind of a joke, but Indiana football school now.
Yeah, it's going to be at least for 8 years.
Yeah. So he is 64 years old, so that'll take him to a 72-year-old season. And I believe 72 is what age Saban was when he retired.
Yeah, I mean,
Saban and Pete Carroll are the same age.
Yeah, like, and I wouldn't expect him to do anything beyond that. So, and he's got everything is guaranteed too. Like, if he were to get canned, he's guaranteed every last penny of that contract.
Yeah. Before we jump into lines, I got to say something that is bugging the crap out of me about missing Wednesday. Wednesday, I shot you and Colin and Levi a text saying I just found out something major on Penn State. And it's not major. It's major in my own mind. Mm-hmm. Penn State's biggest donor is Terry Pegula. Terry Pegula owns the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Pegula might have the next coach of Penn State on his staff with Joe Brady. And this is where it bugs me. Because guess who came out with a video saying the same exact thing this morning?
Josh Pate.
Chris the Bear Felica.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
No.
That's right.
So it would have been Tuesday night that I had connected those dots, and then yeah,
Okay.
because I was just
kudos to
researching
you.
Penn State donors, and then you find out that Penn's hockey arena. Yeah, you find out the hockey arena at Penn State is named after Terry Pagula. He also owns the Buffalo Sabres hockey team. Yeah, so Joe Brady, a little bit of background, was a graduate assistant for Penn State 2015-2016 and orchestrated the greatest offense in college football history as the offensive coordinator of 2019 LSU.
Yes, that's right, man, dude. Like what? Okay, what do you think if he becomes the head coach? What do you think the ceiling is for Penn State?
So this is the hard part. Nothing probably in year one. Year one, they're bowl eligible, but he's getting his own because he's going to follow the same lines as Matt Rhule. You're coming from the NFL, so you can't bring a team with you like Cignetti and Dion and Odom at Purdue, which Purdue's been a little bit feisty. They've been a little bit fun to watch. If their quarterback would quit throwing the ball to the other team, they actually wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
So I think he would get his guys in there the first year. And then, I mean, obviously, look what he's done with Joe Burrow at LSU. And then last year, Josh Allen, NFL MVP. Like, clearly he's good with quarterbacks.
Yeah. So I would think too, like just because the whole LSU like 2019 group, like you can tell, like there's a ton of kids that obviously know the names.
Yeah.
You know, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. You know, like
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, I mean maybe not him as much because he didn't have like I'm talking about the NFL dudes. You know. Like,
well, yeah, but he started a couple of years for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm just saying he doesn't bring enough. Like he doesn't bring. I mean, not like those other guys.
The top 5 receivers in the NFL.
Right. So like he obviously had a part in developing those guys and who they were and stuff. And so like is Joe Brady like a potential like kryptonite to Brian Hartline?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Just kind of a different, like maybe some of those top receivers end up going to Penn State instead of just going to Ohio State. You know, like I don't know what and who really knows, but like it's interesting to talk about. So,
yeah. And then actually, I do have one more. I said I was going to only ask, but I do have one more. Do you believe Rhule put the rumors to bed today on the McAfee Show?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that like, I mean, just talking about Joe Brady and that kind of thing. Like, I think Rhule, again, like I seriously think he was leveraging the system to try to get people in Nebraska initially on the first presser to be like, look, we're still not quite where we need to be competing with Ohio State and Oregon and all these others that are spending all this money, you know, for access to better talent. Like, I think that was clear in what he was trying to say to Troy Dannon and everybody and all the powers that be when it comes to like money and all that kind of stuff, you know, like whatever form that takes.
He wants more money for his roster.
Yeah, and I cannot get like it feels like almost as if like Nebraska, there's enough people back there like people that have money, because obviously the people that have money are going to be older, right?
Yeah,
and so like. Part of me thinks that it's just one of those things where they think that they should just do it the old school way by developing and this kind of thing too. And like, there's a level of truth to that.
Yeah.
But like, you still have to throw the dollars to get those good athletes to bring them in. Like Nebraska's name alone and Matt Rhule's name alone doesn't bring those guys in. Like you got to be willing to fork over dollars. Like Colin Cowherd was talking about that stuff about Colin Cowherd was talking about that, and like, it's just the more I think about the dollar signs, because I used to be so against the whole like paying players thing, and now I've flipped a whole 180.
Yeah,
like I am so for the player now. it's incredible. And I think like
Yeah.
just some of these programs that want to be where they want to be because of old school tradition, like it's kind of like Clemson,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you have to morph with the times. Like you can't just be Nebraska or Clemson. You
Yeah.
can't be Alabama. Like Alabama by name is not going to bring the players in if you're
And
not
that's
going
the
to be
thing
willing
that
to pay
everyone's
them.
talked about is Alabama doesn't have this influx of money that everyone thinks.
Right.
So they're going to have to do it by winning, recruiting. I mean, they can get some guys. But I mean, who's the biggest transfer for Alabama right now? Jeremy
Like
Bernard?
yeah, I was going to say one that came in is Jeremy Bernard, easy.
Yeah. Like
because he's out. He's been a bigger deal than Ryan Williams this year. It's like he's been huge in their production. So
yeah, and he was the fifth best receiver on that Washington team.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, that Washington, I spoke on that on Wednesday, I think, or whatever day it was. I talked about Washington's receivers: Roma Dunze, Jalen Polk.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the other one was, but. That's not the one I was thinking of. But Jeremy Bernard was definitely like fifth on the depth chart.
Yeah, because then they had Will Nixon, the Nebraska transfer.
Okay. Well, there was still one more too. There was three of them.
Yeah.
And then Nixon, and then Jeremy Bernard.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, and yeah, that's
McMillan.
That's kind of what I was. Yes, McMillan.
Yeah.
So, boy, I mean, what a group! And like, I think I was talking about that when I was when I was referencing like the Alabama Missouri game or something like that, because like Alabama's offense has just been continuing to get better and better and better. And the more these dudes, like these receivers, like obviously in Kalen DeBoer's system are going to get good, and Ty Simpson's really good, and like they're freaking scary, dude. If they get
Jam Miller should be back from his concussion, so
oh my gosh, like
we'll get to that when we talk Alabama. So real quick, Rhule went on McAfee. Basically, for those that haven't seen it, stated that Nebraska is not a leaping board. Nebraska is a destination. He loves it here. He wants to grow it here. Thinks Nebraska could be a national title contending team next year? Question mark.
Well, I'm not. Coaches don't just say that unless they know what they have.
Yeah.
Like he's not done. Like nobody says that. Nobody says that unless you really think you have the personnel to do that.
Well, and then obviously Dylan Rhule puts his thing out on Instagram. Coach Rhule's here to stay, locked in. And then today, clearly something happened this week. Because then today, Trey Taylor, the number 2 quarterback in the 2027 class, says committed to Nebraska, recruitment shut down. Like he's not taking any visits.
Yeah.
He's not
Stop calling me, he said.
Yeah.
Don't even bother calling me. We're winning natties in Lincoln.
Yeah. So I mean, he sees something, and it's interesting. We'll just stick to that, and we'll jump into lines because we have 15 games. Obviously, some of the games we won't go as in depth. Like this first one, Rhule talk leads us into Nebraska 7-point favorite Friday night against Minnesota at Minnesota. And basically, the only thing I really wanted to talk about here is what Levi texted us earlier today. Nebraska has not won back-to-back road games since 2006.
That is an unfathomable stat.
19 years.
Just consider that, though, because, like, Nebraska's lapse in being, like, relevant in football, like, that started in, like, 2016.
Yeah, after Pelini.
So that's 10 years after
17. Because 16's the Riley year that they started 8-0 and then just shit hit the fan.
Well, yeah, but year one they weren't very good either in 2015. So 15, whatever. I mean, about 10 years after that streak started.
16 team.
10 years after that streak started. Yeah. That's what's crazy to me is that it's not. I mean, because there was a lot of good, like through the entirety of.
Yeah.
Like Pelini. Like, we never freaking won back-to-back road games. Like, I've never even thought that was possible.
So what's the next interesting thing on this is Nebraska last year started 5-1, went to Indiana, wore surrender whites, got absolutely blown out. Like, not even. It was over at the end of the first quarter. It was pitiful. They're 5-1.
Yeah.
They're going to Minnesota, and the team asked to wear surrender rights to right or wrong.
Yeah, and I don't believe in these superstition things. Like anyway, like wear them and
Oh, man,
wear them until, huh?
You're not a little bit stitious?
Not for the surrender whites because I like them too much.
Yeah.
I'm like, eventually this streak's got to break, and when it does, then it's not going to be.
Somebody did quote tweet it and say Nebraska's won 4 games in the last 5 years wearing those surrender whites. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, it gets brought up because it's something when they lose.
Right.
So they're setting up a narrative if they lose Friday. Oh, it's because of the all whites, not because PJ Fleck, who's 1-0 against Matt Rhule, who has won the last 4 in Minneapolis against Nebraska.
Well, technically, you could say, well, they've lost more road games in red pants with the white top than anything. So maybe we should just get rid of those.
Yeah.
So, especially since 2006.
Yeah, I agree. Was it 2005 or 2006 when Callahan wore those ugly freaking solid stripe pants? Jamal Lord was the quarterback, so it might have been before that.
That was Frank Solich in 2002.
Okay.
It was after we were like trying to get rid of all the grossness from losing to Colorado and Miami back-to-back games, the blowouts for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
Our lives.
Does that count as back-to-back road losses?
Yeah, why not?
Boulder and Pasadena.
Yeah. So, well, and then we lost our first first road game that season in 2002 because it was at Penn State.
Yep.
So
okay, so Nebraska -7 Friday night. I think we're both leaning the same way.
I'm going Huskers.
That's where I am. And beginning of the year, this was the game I had circled because of the back-to-back road contest, short week, and all that. But this Nebraska team through 7 weeks just seems different than years past. Like, I kind of believe in them.
The defensive stats don't lie, and like Minnesota's passing offense is shaky at best. Like I just broke this down yesterday. They ran for
50 yards against Purdue.
Yeah, well, they haven't had Darius Taylor be healthy, and like like their run game is not good, and like so they've been forced to try to throw the ball, and they're not great at throwing the ball anyway. So like it's been a struggle for them, in all reality, and. If Nebraska finds a way to lose this game, then that's when I'll be very concerned. Because to me, this is more of a winnable game than the following week. Like I think this should be easier than Northwestern.
Yeah, so. And then obviously the one person that we're gonna have circled is do not throw at Coy Parrish.
Yeah, and that's easy to do. Like you don't have to. I mean, he's one guy. Like. And he plays safety, so like
he kind of plays all over. But
yeah, he does. But I mean, like you can. We have
There's 4 other guys.
This isn't chuck it up to Trey Palmer anymore.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So that is Friday night. I didn't put Miami Louisville on here. Did you want to say anything about that? I know Levi said this is his circled game for Miami.
I don't have much thought on it. Like I'm just really after the way I saw that Miami handled and flew around with Florida State. Like I know that game ended up getting kind of close at the end, but like Miami, the only thing that holds me back about Miami is literally Mario Cristobal. It has nothing to do with their personnel.
Yeah,
it has everything to do with that moron that's like making decisions because eventually he gets in his own way, and that's the only thing. I don't know if it's going to be in Louisville. Like, it's in Miami. Like, it's not a it's a home game. Like, I just don't see this being the one. But you never know. Like, they dropped a freaking Syracuse last year too. So
yeah.
But But Kyle McCord was good last year, and then
Yeah.
they lost. This head scratcher was actually when they lost to Georgia Tech with the backup quarterback because Haynes King
Well,
didn't play in that game.
and they could have won. Kneel the
Yeah.
freaking football.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm getting at because
Yeah.
Cristobal's done that multiple times.
All right. Quick hitter, real quick. TCU -3 against your Big 12 champ pick, Baylor.
This has like put asterisks out to the side and say like this is gonna be defined as like screwy, like goofy.
Yeah.
This is just gonna be a goofy game.
Is this going to be Texas Tech, Oklahoma, each quarterback throwing for 500 yards?
It very well could be. Like, although like Sawyer Robertson has been kind of cooled down lately, so like, but TCU's defense isn't. So you said quick, so Baylor probably. I honestly don't know because Josh Hoover hasn't been great either.
Yeah.
Like he's been having like ball security issues.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to go with TCU just because it's home.
Yeah.
This is the game we've been wanting to talk about.
I already made my pick a couple nights ago.
Duke is a 1.5 point favorite against Georgia Tech.
It's come down though. It has come down.
It opened as Georgia Tech -1, got up to Duke -3, I believe.
2.5 is what I saw, but
okay,
whatever.
So now it's Duke -1.5.
I see no freaking way does Georgia Tech win this. There's not a chance unless Duke fumbles the ball 5 million times like against Illinois.
Yeah.
I really think Duke is a really good football team.
Yeah, Mensah's
like they had the egregious loss against Illinois, and who else was their other loss?
Tulane.
No, oh yes, they lost to Tulane. That's ugly because I don't think Tulane's that good.
Like this has such a big indicator for the ACC championship because they're both undefeated in conference.
Yeah, like this is like Georgia Tech's golden opportunity to have nobody standing in their way. Like they should probably go 12-0.
11-1.
Why 11-1?
Georgia.
Oh, come on. They have no defense.
Yeah.
Good old-fashioned hate, you just never know.
Yeah.
Okay, 11-1 doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like the best season they've ever had in the regular season since like the 70s. Like I don't know. Like when did Nebraska play Georgia Tech in a big-time bowl game? It was like 1970.
They were pretty good with Reggie Ball, weren't they? Didn't they have a 10-win year?
Well, they did play in the Orange Bowl against it was in 2014 actually. They played Mississippi State. Dak Prescott kicked their butt.
I'm going to go with Georgia Tech because until Haynes King gives me a reason to prove him wrong, I'm going to keep riding him.
I cannot like this is kind of a flipped 180 me and you because you love Darian Mensah.
Yeah.
And I think I was a bigger fan of Haynes King than anyone.
Yeah.
And now it's like
now you're on Mensah.
Yeah.
I've been on King, but I was not like you were.
No, I was like he was like the second coming of Jesus almost, you know, like.
Well, he's about the same age, so.
Okay.
No, I'm going to ride Haynes King till he dies or loses.
Well, he could die because he runs the ball 5 million times a game. Like, I'm surprised he's still healthy.
Yeah. So Vandy home 2.5 point favorite against LSU.
I talked a lot about this game on Fast.
I loved every one of your points too. It was on Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay, so this is by far the best freaking offense that LSU has faced.
Yes.
And it's funny because I said this, and then the following day it comes out, freaking who's all saying the same stuff. Cover 3 said it. Josh Pate said it. Freaking Joel Klatt has said it. Like, everybody's saying it. But it's not that hard to figure out. I mean, you just go up and down the line. Like, you know, LSU has played no good offenses all year because Ole Miss's offense is still suspect. Like everybody thinks that they're this just high-powered rifling offense, and it's like, no, they're not. Like they have not proven that they can score tons and tons of points yet. Not in a big game. Not like years past. I would argue that Ole Miss's defense has helped them stay in games. So
Yeah.
give me Vandy though, because it's at Vandy.
Yeah.
Like if that was at LSU, then it's a whole different story. But like at Vandy, it's the first time they've been a favorite in an SEC game in 177 games.
Yeah.
Something like that. And 177 freaking conference games. I could be wrong on that number, but I'm pretty sure that's what the number was.
That's 20 years.
Yeah, they have never been a favorite in an SEC conference game since then.
Jeez. I too am going Vandy, and this is Pavia's get right game. He had the struggles at Alabama, 3 turnovers, 2 in the red zone. He knows everyone's talking. I just see this being his get right game. We talked about, like, with this game, the one thing that has me worried is it's strength on strength, where LSU's best position groups their defense, Vandy's best position groups their offense.
Mm-hmm.
Their weakness on each other's is the same. Vandy's defense, LSU's offense. I think where the difference is that Vandy's defense is just a little bit better than LSU's offense. So I'm going with Vandy to cover this narrowly, like 3 or 4 point win.
Yeah, like it's going to be like I see it being like 27, 21, 24,
I was
20.
thinking like 20-17.
Well, it could. I mean, it's not. Neither team's getting to 30.
It's like as bad as the offenses LSU has played. Like their defense is legit and they're healthy.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of concerned. Like I obviously didn't watch the LSU game last week because they played South Carolina. I don't know, someone dumb like that.
Yeah, it was South Carolina. They won 20-10.
Yeah, and so like they were saying on one of the shows today that LSU's run game has kind of started to pick up a little bit, but like in terms of the offense in general, it's just so bad. So, like I want
LSU.
I'm a believer in Vandy. I wouldn't have bought a shirt if I wasn't. So.
LSU ran for 6.5. I know exactly what stat you're talking about. They ran for 6.5 a carry against South Carolina to bring their season average up to 3.5 a carry.
Okay. That's abysmal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and we've talked about what Vandy does on offense with their running the clock down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going Vandy.
That's crazy.
Vandy 20-17 goalposts are heading downtown.
Right down the Cumberland River again.
Yep. So then you ready to move on?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Yep.
The next game's my favorite game Saturday. Washington going to Michigan as a 5.5 point underdog. And Michigan coming off that loss to UCLA where they gave up 500 yards. Yeah, USC, which it could be UCLA the way UCLA is playing right now. But we're talking USC. USC put up 500 yards on Michigan with a walk-on running back.
Yeah.
Now they're going to play arguably the best running back in the conference. And I still haven't heard if Justice Haynes is going to play or if he's still out for Michigan.
That's big if they don't.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're Michigan, who do you stop? Like, do you say make them, like, do you stop Coleman? Or do you stop Damon Williams and make him throw the ball? Like, pick your poison.
Yeah, I think Washington feels a little slighted too. So, like, this is one of those things where the people are still, like, even though Michigan lost that game at UCLA, or sorry, at USC.
No, you did it. My bad.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and so people still respect Michigan, though. That's the thing. Like,
yeah.
You know, and so, like, I think Washington's pissed. I'm not sure they're going to walk into Michigan and win, but I do like this game being within a field goal on either side.
Yeah.
So I think that Michigan's defense is obviously really good. I think USC's offense is better than Washington. So like Michigan's for sure gonna. I don't know. I see this. I mean, I think every game Michigan plays is gonna be low scoring.
Yeah.
Like it's just because they don't score a lot of points. Their defense is good enough to keep them in it. It's kind of similar. It's kind of similar to freaking Iowa, and I hate saying this. Like I'm picking Washington to cover, but I hate saying this. That I think that Michigan and Iowa in comparison, I think Iowa's better than them at doing what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know, like because they obviously don't have explosiveness on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
But I don't think I just don't think Michigan's offensive line's as good. I don't think that they are as good at trying to control.
And if Justice Haynes is out, that's massive.
Yeah, like I feel like Michigan needs to. They know what they have in Bryce Underwood's legs, so who should they mimic? Who do we always talk about?
Yeah.
Kansas State, Avery Johnson. Like, get the quarterback zone read, run game in. Like, get some of those concepts in there to try to help you put the defensive on some off balance stuff. You know, like
the one thing I do know about this game is I'm not going to turn it on until the second half because Washington never plays until the second half.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Can they do that while they're out away from their stadium?
They did it Maryland.
They did it to Maryland, but Michigan's defense is a little different, and the big house is different.
And 9 a.m. kickoff. I know you don't believe in that.
I do.
9 a.m. kickoff for Washington.
Yeah, that's horrible. Like they're gonna start. They start slow anyway. They need to hope to God that it's not double what it normally is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I believe in that going from west to east. It's the east to west that I don't believe it as much, unless it's a really super late kickoff.
Yeah, like Duke going to Cal.
Yes, like them kicking off at midnight their time.
Yeah,
Duke's time. So,
but yeah, I'm going Washington.
Yeah, me too.
Washington to cover because last time I said Washington outright, I jinxed them.
Yeah, because of Ohio State.
Yeah, and that's their only loss. Oklahoma 5.5-point favorites on the road at South Carolina. This is two bad offenses.
Oh man, do I feel like the most justified person on the planet? Like, I think I said it on X too. Like John Mateer, like I was so happy just from the stand. Like I'm not happy for John Mateer, but I'm happy for the people that were pumping him as the Heisman to have them be like. So it kind of sucks because I'm like, you don't root for a player to be bad or to play bad. But I hate when people just make these absolute statements and it's just like, we're in week freaking 5. And at the time we're in week 3 or whatever, like.
Yeah.
So I actually think I'm going to go South Carolina on this because they've got to win one of these games at some point.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma's kind of that group to probably do it. Like South Carolina's defense is actually okay.
Yeah.
It's their offense that's also horrible.
Yeah.
So like this is another one in the SEC where it's just like, oh my gosh, what a snooze.
So South Carolina will win and both teams will be in the top 15. And they'll say it was such a good win for.
Yeah, they might just vote. South Carolina might get number 1 votes.
Yeah, probably.
Probably should.
As much crap as we're talking, I'm going to go with Oklahoma. Just because they have to keep it on the rails. Like, if they don't get this one, they might not win a game the rest of the year with what their schedule is. This is probably the last winnable game on their schedule.
So if they lose this, they might not go bowling.
Yeah.
Ooh, wouldn't Street Dog like that one?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I have said this to you, and I've said it for weeks. I'm not high on Michigan. I'm not high on Oklahoma, and everybody wanted to be like, these two teams are
Well,
awesome,
and
like,
now
and it sucks that Nebraska lost to
there's
Michigan because
there's
it's like,
rumblings now at Oklahoma and at Michigan with Venables and Sherrod Moore possibly being on the hot seat.
yeah, Venables. That's like if they were to drop all these games with the surrounding hype that they had with Arbuckle and Mateer, and nothing really end up, manifesting for them to make a big jump up.
Yeah.
He's for sure on the hot seat. Like, I think he might be canned.
Yeah, he was on the hot seat last year. The only thing that saved him was that Alabama win.
Now, Sherrod Moore, I have never thought in a million years he was the guy. But again, if you go, I've been doing some fun stuff, which will be revealed at another day. Doing some I've been going back and digging on certain rankings at the end of each year and stuff, and Michigan's a perennial 9-3 team. Yeah. They're not I know they have tons of wins, all time and stuff, but that's just because they never really had the real deep depressions. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they were beating up on teams like freaking Purdue and Indiana every year. Yeah. It's probably it's probably the same way you could argue with Nebraska. Michigan has all these wins because, they only had to really contend with Penn State and Ohio State. And really, Penn State came later anyway in the Big Ten, So,
yeah. And then Wisconsin had their decade of excellence. But outside of that,
but Michigan's program, yes, you can call it a blue blood and all that kind of stuff. But I'm the only person that has really been great there was Schembechler, and then, obviously Harbaugh. But Lloyd Carr was average. Really, on the grand scope of what his career was, it was average. Michigan's not
Rich Rod didn't do anything.
No. So who are you going to get, I guess is my point. Because Michigan has always been stingy about their money. Michigan
even though they have more money than God.
Right, but they're the kind of they were, oh gosh, who was talking about it? Talking about the difference in thinking between Ohio State and Michigan. Because Michigan thinks a certain way about we're still about academics and all this kind of stuff too.
Oh yeah. And they are one of the top medical institutions in the country, and that's where they put a lot of their money.
Right. But I'm saying all that stuff comes into play when it comes to how they view pumping money into football,
yeah.
So whatever. I guess let's move on because I could talk about that.
Okay. So I'm Oklahoma.
I went South Carolina.
College game day game. Ole Miss going on the road is a 7.5-point dog to Georgia.
This one's really hard.
Play great defense.
Yeah, this one's really hard. I could see. I mean, no way does Ole Miss win. There's no way Georgia's losing 2 home games in the same year.
In a row. Yeah.
I mean, so it's I think Georgia wins the game. I'm just not sold on I'm not sold that it's gonna be over that hook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking 27-20, 28-21. I don't ever like doing where it's only touchdowns because field goals always get kicked. So
yep.
I honestly think it might be 27-20, and I could maybe see it being 27-17. But that last I could see Ole Miss kicking a field goal late in the fourth quarter to try to get to the onside kick to get the extra position. You know what I mean? That's how they make it to be 7. Because I think Georgia's going to control this from the word go.
Yeah. And
so give me Georgia, just because.
28-20 Georgia.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm.
Yeah.
It's such that's a gross hook. That's one of the more I hate you, Vegas, for putting a hook on this, even though they're really good at what they do, obviously, but
yeah. But I mean, by kickoff, it could be down to 6.5.
If it's down to 6.5 by kickoff, I'm putting a ton of money on Georgia.
Yeah.
Like that's just they're not going to lose enough. Like they are going to come out like their head is on fire.
Well,
Like
maybe. Kirby Smart's been awful in first halves this year.
right, I know that. Like that is also like, but they could come out. They could be down 10-0 in the first half
Yeah,
and
oh
come
yeah.
out.
Look what they did to Tennessee.
But they always shut the other team down in the second half.
Yeah. It's like I said, pretty much on every single episode. Kirby Smart is the best coach in the country at halftime adjustments.
Right. So like if it's 10-0 at halftime, like you could see Georgia win this game 21-10.
Yeah.
Like I don't see Ole Miss scoring
What
in
they
the
did at
second
Auburn.
half. Yeah, exactly.
It's what they did to Auburn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Down 10-0 at half and then come back to win that, was it 27-10? Something like
20
that.
to 20-10.
Yeah.
So
I'm going Georgia too. I think, like you said, Ole Miss has kind of been a fraud.
yeah, like they've had the benefit of a schedule right now.
And they'll lose and still stay in the top 10, but oh well. This game with Clemson as a 5.5-point favorite against SMU.
I'm shocked to see this one on here.
There's a reason.
Okay, because I need it.
SMU's the other undefeated team in the ACC.
Yeah. They haven't, and obviously last time they played, Clemson won this game too.
Yeah, ACC championship. I think I said
Yeah.
SEC. I meant ACC.
Yeah. So this is at Clemson.
Yeah.
I think Clemson's kind of rolling right now.
Yeah.
Like despite all the negative energy, I feel
They
like
don't have all the attention on them. They're
the distractions have shifted elsewhere around the country, so now like people can just kind of play.
Yeah, because what Clemson technically, no, they got 2 losses because Georgia Tech and Syracuse.
Yes,
So,
but I could see them finishing 9-3, just like last year. Like they kind of came on late, and it was like, what the hell?
and they found a way to get into that ACC championship.
Now I don't think that's going to happen. Like that's going to be really tough to overcome.
But Florida State's out with 3 losses. Georgia Tech loses to Duke, and anything can happen with Georgia Tech after that.
Yeah, but Georgia Tech has to lose 3 games because they have the tiebreaker over Clemson.
True.
So, and the same thing would be true. Well, Syracuse is already bad.
Blow a knee, and then Georgia Tech's done for the year.
Yeah, like I don't see Georgia Tech losing 3 ACC games in
I agree.
6 weeks or in 6 games.
Yeah. I'm going with Clemson. I believe in them now. Like,
yeah.
No one's looking at them, and
yeah, there's no pressure right now because everybody's talking Penn State and everybody's talking freaking Florida, like win Billy Nate. Like that's the best thing that could have happened for Dabo is like, like all of a sudden these other teams are doing like garbage things, and so it's like, oh, sweet, nobody has to talk about me again.
Yeah.
Now, if they lose this game at home, then all of a sudden that conversation goes right back to Dabo.
Yeah. Okay. So we spent enough time on that game. MAC championship preview. Boise State hosting UNLV as a 13-point favorite.
Mountain West, bud.
Yeah.
Did you said MAC?
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh no, Mountain West.
UNLV can't stop us cold.
Yeah. They can score though.
I said that wrong again 2 times in a row. It's not you don't say you can't stop a cold. You say you can't catch a cold.
Yeah.
What do you say? You can't stop a what? I don't know what it is.
Freight train.
Yeah, well they can't stop anybody. And Boise State plays great defense. Boise State has had their way with UNLV the last few times they've played them. Yeah. Oh boy.
I think there's going to be a lot of points.
I don't think that UNLV is as good as USF on offense. And so I'm going to say Boise State wins this game like 31-17. Would cover.
I'm going to go with UNLV. Not to win, but just to cover. Like a backdoor cover.
Yeah, well, it's prime for a backdoor cover.
Yeah. Nothing better than a backdoor. So we got through that. Texas Tech is 7.5-point favorite at at ASU, and Levitt's back for ASU.
Don't care.
Texas Tech has won every game by at least 24 points. I think
there is nothing that tells me
Texas Tech lost their best defensive player, the DN.
I don't care.
He's leading the nation in sacks.
Well, Texas Tech is Morton good to go?
That's another question mark.
Man, there's some things we probably should have looked up before we picked this game. I mean, I'm a believer in Will Hammond anyway. Like, I think Hammond can spin it, dude, and he can run the ball as well. So give me Texas Tech because I actually think their offense is better with their backup quarterback.
All right.
Which is crazy. Not very often that happens, but man, with his scrambling ability, that's a game changer, dude.
Yeah, and I love Kenny Dillingham, and he can't be counted out. I just can't look past what Texas Tech has done to virtually every single team they played this year.
I just think like the best offense that they saw was last week against Kansas. Like outside of what Utah can be.
Yes.
But Kansas is going to consistently be a threat offensively.
Yeah.
So Texas Tech, man. Like I think Texas Tech wins this by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm going with Texas Tech as well. Enough on that one. Iowa -3 against Penn State.
Oh boy, I looked down at this and I saw this and I started smirking right away. I love this.
Yeah.
I love this because here's what's going to happen. Here's what could happen. Because I also believe that the college football gods, which I just don't like, sometimes I don't think that they allow me to be right all the time when I should be.
Yeah.
You know? And so, like, I've been saying all this stuff about Iowa and how good they are. And, like, I said it the other day. I said they could potentially make the playoff. Like, that's crazy to think, dude. They could finish 10-2 and backdoor their way into this playoff.
That would mean beating Oregon.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
Shoulder right now, and
it's in Kinnick. It is in Kinnick. Dude, it is not lost on me to freaking say, like, that is not some, like, Oregon's not going to score a ton of points in that game. Okay, anyway. Iowa Penn State. If Northwestern was able to run the ball the way they were against Penn State at Penn State, this is in Iowa.
Yeah.
Like, there is nothing that tells me, like, how is Penn State without Drew Aller going to find a way to score points? I don't even think they may not. This game could be 6-0 and Iowa will cover. You know, like I could, but I think that Iowa's going to cover for sure. It's just going to be like, I honestly could see this being like 24-10, or even maybe let's just go 23-10 because that way there's more field goals for Iowa rather than touchdowns. But like I am supposed to hate Iowa. I'm supposed to hate them. Yeah. And I can't find a reason to hate them from a football standpoint. The only reason I hate them is because of like an intangible thing about being from Nebraska. But from a football standpoint, there is not much with that group. Now that Gronowski's kind of rolling.
Yeah.
Like, dude, they play too good a defense. The defense is way too good. Their offensive line's too good. They play way too good a field position ball. Like, it's just overwhelming. It is like death by a million paper cuts. Like, it is agonizing to watch as an opponent.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like slowly being crushed. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it's just what Iowa football is, the most slow, painful death like on the planet when you're playing them. Like, you could just see it coming from a mile away, but it takes them full game to do it.
Yeah.
So, Iowa, give me them by more
Penn
than
State,
3.
baby. Penn State's winning.
No.
Yeah, there's just something about the team coming together. They lose their coach. They lose their quarterback. They still have Singleton and Katron Allen Like, they didn't die. They still have a great defense. I think they rally and they win. If Jerry Neuheisel can do it.
Tell me what the score is.
Penn State 17-13.
I don't see how Penn State gets to 17. I don't see it.
You also have gold glasses on the last couple weeks.
I mean, I know it's incredible. It's incredible hearing this from me, but like, I don't say things that I don't actually see a reason to say.
Yeah.
Like, this is validated by tape. This is tape. I don't know what else to say, man. Like, I was good. And I said this at the beginning of the year, the preview show. And we were like, it's like, man, Iowa's kind of good. They look like they could be one of those teams to watch out for. And then they freaking only win 35-7 versus some school named Albany. And we're all of a sudden supposed to be like, they suck. Because Gronowski finally found a way not to throw dirt balls. So watch out, dude. The Hawkeyes in Nebraska are both going to be sitting there with 2 losses coming into that freaking game Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
yeah.
Day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Actually, Nebraska might only have 1 loss.
2 weeks will tell us a lot.
Yeah. So.
Shoot. Tomorrow night might tell us a lot. Something about the team coming together for me. Penn State.
But you're only saying that because it happened for UCLA. That's the only thing you're saying.
It happens to a lot of teams.
No. It didn't happen for who's the other team that fired their coach?
Arkansas. What did they do against Tennessee last week?
Yeah, but that's Bobby Petrino.
Still rallying.
Yeah, but that's because he's actually like doing what he wants to do because they want him to be the head coach. They're just starting that early.
Yeah.
That's a little different situation.
Virginia Tech, they haven't lost.
Yeah, they did. They lost last week.
Okay, so they lost 1.
So they're 1-1 since they've fired Brent
Fry.
Fry.
A couple games.
No.
Yes, look up their schedule.
Oh, come on. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. You got
fired after the loss to ODU.
Yes. Losing to Old Dominion. Oh, yeah. ACC would be near the top of the alphabet. Virginia Tech Hokies last week took the L to Georgia Tech. The week before that, they lost to Wake Forest. So they lost to Old Dominion. They beat some school named Wofford.
Yeah, they won.
And then they won at NC State in a close game. Yeah. And since then, they've fallen off the freaking rails again. They're 2-5.
They still rallied.
No.
It's going to happen.
You're only saying that because of UCLA.
And then when Penn State wins, you have to buy a Penn State shirt. Boom.
I'm never wearing a Penn State
Put your money where your mouth is. If Iowa.
Well, yeah, but I'm not even an Iowa fan, so it's like
you could have fooled me the last couple of weeks.
Give me the Hawkeyes by 20.
All right, Penn State wins. Let's go to the 3rd Saturday in October. It's been one of the biggest rivalries in the history of the SEC. I don't know why, but apparently it's a rivalry. Bama 8.5 point favorite against Tennessee at home. Tennessee can't stop the pass. Alabama can throw the football.
Yeah, this game has how good is Alabama's secondary? That's what it comes down to. Because Alabama's been able to stop the run a little bit too. So
the thing that's got me nervous is
Tennessee's offense doesn't go until they get the run established.
Yeah. But what's got me nervous is Missouri had guys running open a lot.
Yes.
And Perbula just missed him.
Oh, my God.
Either missed him completely, didn't see him, or like that interception throw where he had the guy, but he threw it over his head by 20 yards and it got picked off to end the game.
Yes. Did you see the freaking one receiver that could consistently throw it? No, the one that he's consistently freaking throwing a tantrum because he's always wide open. It's the same guy. Yeah. I think it's number 3. He was open multiple times in that game and just throwing
Yeah.
a fit every single time. He's
So
like,
that last drive that they're going down to tie it, the pass that he threw the interception on, I think it is
yes.
number 3, is running like a 10-yard out. No one's covering him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like, and he throws his hands up like, oh, like he did that whole friggin' thing. Like, but he did that all game long. I watched it.
He
Like
pulled
that's
an
what
Odell Beckham.
that was part of why I've immediately cooled on Missouri because, well, and Prebula.
Yeah.
But like, if you're not going through your progressions very well, and you have that kind of body language within your program right now, like that's not a good recipe to be successful. Like that's not a team. You know what I mean? And so, I had said that I used the word entitled rep a bunch on Fastlane Fix, breaking down Missouri. And I saw this. I might have been the same receiver that was like running jet motion in a game against whoever it was early on. And like when the ball was snapped, he just kind of like stopped carrying out his fake. And I'm like, that's an entitled rep.
I remember
it might be the same dude's the one throwing a fit every time he doesn't get the ball. Mm-hmm. Like that's toxic behavior.
We've talked. I can't say this. We're in Nebraska. I can say it. He transferred. When Malachi was getting recruited to Nebraska, I had seen him play a lot. And everyone was so high on Malachi. And I point blank text you guys like, he's not it, dude.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, he is. First off, he's a better defensive end than receiver. He's playing the wrong position. That dude's a freak at defensive end. Mm-hmm. But he wants to be a receiver. And good on him, what he does for charity, all that. Like, he off the field, he's a good human. But you always know when in his case, when Lincoln East was going to run the ball, because he kind of just lollygagged out to his position. He didn't block nobody. He didn't do nothing. He just, if it was going to be a pass to the other side, granted, they had Noah Walters at quarterback who just threw a freaking touchdown for Oklahoma State last week. Like, but yeah, they had good receivers all around. But if he wasn't getting the ball, you knew it because, like you said, the poor sportsmanship and attitude. And
it's just a level of like entitlement that, that just doesn't get recruited, like that's
I wish he would have played DN, dude, because he was a freak at DN.
It's always weird for me when you say that because it's like a receiver to a DN, but obviously you can be built. Yeah. So like,
I mean, he's 6'5".
Yeah.
But so there's my Malachi.
Okay, so we ended up on Lincoln East when we were talking Alabama, Tennessee. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go with. Jeez, dude. Like, I feel like Tennessee's going to score. But this is in Tuscaloosa. Like, Bama's... I could see... Oh, man. I'm going to say Bama 35-27. So, Tennessee covers.
This is... I'm going to say it this way because I don't agree with the other thing I was going to say. This is the 4th straight tough game for Alabama.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the other thing. But they've went Georgia, Vandy, Missouri, now Tennessee. Can they keep it going for a 4th straight game against tough teams?
Depends on your definition of tough. Are we talking about Are we talking about ESPN tough, or are we talking about like we just talking football?
Yes.
Oh well, gosh. I mean, they're the best team ever if they win this game. So
yeah, they'll legitimately have first place votes if they win this.
It's incredible.
They're already up to number 4.
Like, people are just going to forget that loss.
Yeah, well, I have. So, I'm those people.
Well, here's the other thing. I gotta stop. I find myself always being critical of Bama, and it's like, I went into this year being like a huge fan of them.
Yeah. No.
Yes, I did. I picked them for a national title.
You came into the season being a fan of DeBoer and Grubb.
Well, yes, because I believe in what they're doing. Like, not. But, I mean, despite what I want them to be doing, like, Like I don't want Bama to go back to the pinnacle. Like I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
You have to call a spade, and like that's what they are. Like that's just who they are.
And they are the coaches of Alabama.
Like yes, and those coaches like don't get enough credit because of last year. Like Kalen DeBoer is an afterthought right now in terms of like some of this stuff because like in terms of how great he is.
Yeah.
Because of all the other storylines and all this stuff, like you start getting it going with him, and once he's got his receiver room and quarterbacks rolling, like the longer the season goes on, the harder it is to beat Kalen DeBoer's teams.
Does Ryan Grubb listen to a head coaching offer with how good he has it for his whole career?
Oh my gosh. Well, here's what I would do. Like if I'm any school anywhere else that's like a competitor with Alabama, I'm hoping that everybody calls Ryan Grubb just so that way we make Bama weaker.
Yeah.
Because it's a moot point.
We saw DeBoer without Grubb last year.
If those two are together, it's a moot point. Like they're going to be in contention every freaking year. Like I hate saying that in the year, and especially that's an absolute statement. I just got done telling you, don't say those things. Do not say absolute statements. But there it is. And in the years where it's transfer portal and NIL, like that's hard to even admit, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
Like that is the truth because elite coaching matters. Yeah. Elite coaching matters more than it ever has. And so like this is not Nick Saban stockpiling 8 million 5-stars. This is elite tactician coaches that at the best program probably in the country in terms of current era.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a problem. It is a freaking problem for college football fans and when it comes to Bama's dynasty and all that kind of crap. You know, like and it's not like I don't want Georgia to be the one to dethrone them. Like I'm ready. Yeah. And I know the Big Ten's won the last 2 national titles, but it's like I'm ready for other teams to be like knocking on the door, not having Bama and Georgia coming back. I guess if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking Bama to cover 8.5.
Okay. Well, I took Tennessee, but I think that game ends up right at 8.
Yeah. Notre Dame 9.5 point favorite hosting USC. I don't have a whole lot to say on this game other than the loser's out of playoff contention, and Notre Dame has went 9-3 the last time the Pope has died. Is this their third loss? Because we have a new Pope.
It's freaking superstitions.
I'm taking USC. I'll leave it at that. That's all I got.
It's at Notre Dame.
And USC's down to their walk-on running back. Wayman Jordan's done for 4 to 6, and their backup running back's done for the year.
Eli Sanders.
Yeah. But they still have McKyle.
And Jacoby Lane.
And Jaden Maiava.
Their defense is, well, you don't get a good look because Michigan's offense is not. Yeah. I don't know, man. I
8.5 or 9.5's a lot, dude.
That is a lot. Like I'm gonna go USC. I'm just trying to figure out like I think Notre Dame wins.
Yeah.
I think Notre Dame wins because they have to. Like I just think it's probably gonna be. I could see this being like 30-23. Like does that sound right?
I think it will be a lot of offense.
30-26. Let's say that.
Okay.
30-26. Something a little bit different. So,
yeah, I'm going USC covers. I want USC to win because of that game in 2 weeks, but I can't go that far to say that they will win. Missouri, 1.5 point favorite at Auburn.
Give me Auburn.
No, I wanted Auburn.
I went Auburn all the way. I said it. Yeah. I said it on Fastlane too.
I'm going Auburn.
Auburn.
We're at an hour.
Auburn's got to get one. They've been so close. Like
if the refs would just quit hating on them.
Yeah, like if.
Yes, that was the whole Auburn coaching staff all game against Georgia. And they forgot to come out and play in the second half, and they were too busy bitching at the refs to notice that Georgia just took the lead, and then Georgia won.
I mean, how much crap was like the officials like in that game?
Yeah,
My goodness.
Dude. Twice now Auburn's been screwed. Like, final game is the Holy War. I'm excited. Somehow BYU just keeps winning, and I keep picking against them.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
And I'm going to pick against them again because I love Utah.
Did you see the thing about the guy that got arrested?
Yeah, you sent me that. That was wild.
The dude said that anybody that shows up to the game and that's wearing reds getting shot.
Yeah, talk about poor timing in
Oh
Utah.
my gosh, yeah, no kidding. I actually didn't even put that together because of the Utah thing.
That's the first thing I thought of was Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense. But I didn't even, oh my gosh. Just a bad. So, I'm going to go Utah.
I'm going Utah.
I just don't see BYU being able to move the ball.
I know.
Like, Utah's defense is good.
Yeah, so. I don't know how BYU keeps winning, but it stops Saturday night.
Yeah. So
that's it. That's 15 games.
Whew.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Woo. Boy.
East Carolina is playing while we're recording once again, and they're winning once again. 2 minutes to go. Can they blow this one too?
Yeah. I didn't even know they were playing. Who are they playing?
Tulsa.
Oh, okay.
Tulsa beat Oklahoma State, just like everybody else in the country.
Right on.
Did you want to hit on Cincinnati, Oklahoma State? Or is it Cincinnati, Oklahoma State this weekend?
Oh, gosh. It's Cincinnati by 1,000.
All right. Everyone, thanks for joining us on Main Street. And follow, subscribe, share us with everybody you know. And we'll be back on Sunday with the recap.
Later, boys, gals.
Everybody.